Well, today, obviously, we're here for Fourtune Festival. I've got a couple of questions that the guys have put to me to ask you. But the first question that I want to ask for all of the, because I've seen it as Facebook debates before, is how to pronounce your artist name.
It's Freqax.
Yes, that's it. I mean, that's what I know it to be. However, sometimes if you see, you'll see fans saying, "Oh, I know, I think it's pronounced like this," and they'll spell it different ways. So for everybody out there that's watching, they now know and they have it official.
Well, it's basically it's short from frequency X. You know, like frequency X. It's shortened in Freqax.
Okay.
Without an E at the end of the X. And without UNC from the frequency, you know.
Oh, cool.
So it's practically it's short for two names.
Nice. There you go, everybody. We saw that you started some new music projects under a new name. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, you've done quite a bit over the years, and just interested to learn a little bit more about kind of what you're doing now, and you know what people can expect to see from you in obviously Drug D&B and all the other different things that you do.
Sure. It's the new project that I started last year, I think. It's called Freqax. And to be honest, I started because I want to make a difference between what I'm doing on Freqax and what I would like to experience in other music genres.
Okay.
It's a project where I let my creativity go crazy, not only on drum and bass like I'm doing on Freqax. And I want to explore and understand what's going on in other genres like, I don't know, IDM or garage, breakbeat, big beat, or I don't know, everything that's not drum and bass related. And I'm just trying to experience my potential.
Nice.
In this new project that on which I'm doing a lot of tunes that might not be very good to release them on Freqax under the Freqax name, you know, under the Freqax project. So that's why I created this one, because I can do whatever I want there without, I don't know, any concern.
Without people saying, "Oh, that's not what they usually release," and stuff like that.
Right. Even I did. I know it's a long time ago music genre that was very popular. I even did some dubstep tunes on Freqax, you know, just to see if I'm, I don't know, good at it, or I don't know, just to try it out, like that.
And what have you got any releases that you're planning or working on at the moment, which are due out either this year or next year?
On Freqax or on Freqax?
On either, on both. Yeah.
I started a new label which is called Pulsatil Records, and for the moment I'm trying to make it work there. With Freqax and Freqax, I'm releasing a lot of Freqax and Freqax tunes. And also I have some tunes signed at some labels, big labels that I can't say too much about that right now.
That's fine.
But very soon some news will appear, and I'm really anxious and I'm really happy to work with these kind of labels, big labels.
Nice. Well, that's really nice to hear, man. I mean, you've been making music for quite some time, and good music as well. So
thank you very much.
You know, it's always nice when an artist gets to release on a bigger label, and it's kind of like that kind of you know, it's like a realization of something, isn't it, when you get to put your music somewhere where, you know, you're proud to put it. Okay, so one thing that the guys at Fourtune wanted to say was that even though they're a little bit late, they wanted to wish you a happy anniversary for the 12 years of your production. So happy anniversary.
Thank you, man.
No worries. We've covered most of the releases. What would you say are the biggest highlights for you over the past 12 years since you've been, over the past 12 years of your career? What would be the biggest highlights for you?
Thank you again. To be honest, I'm really glad I had the time, the inspiration, and the support of my friends to go on and to evolve musically.
Yeah.
This entire period of 12 years. I'm still doing it. I love drum and bass. I love music in general, and it's part of me.
Yeah.
It's part of my everyday life, you know. But I can't put my finger just on one release that I had. I kind of like them all, and but one of them that marked the new Freqax sound after my friend quitted the band, the project, in 2012. It's the Meant to Believe album.
Okay.
Released on Other Side Records, which was somehow the start, a new beginning for me, you know, because Freqax started in 2008, and those 4 years with my friend Adrenaline, were very intense, and of course we could learn a lot of things from each other, and that somehow I felt it like an evolution for me. In musically speaking, you know, because he was coming from a different area with a different way of seeing things, musically speaking. So after that, after he quitted because he had an incident and he couldn't make music anymore, I was somehow afraid because the project was very strong and I wanted to keep it still active, and I was trying to change the sound every time, and I think the Meant to Believe album from Other Side Records, released in 2016, was the the biggest achievement from 2012 until 2016. I mean, I worked 4 years to get there and to do that, but the tunes from the album were made in like 5 months.
I
mean, that was something. I mean, I was speaking with Maxime. I gave him 10 or 11 tunes, and Maxime from Other Side. And that happened on 29th of December, and on 3rd of January I told him, hey man, after I was listening the tunes again, I told him that, hey man, I just don't want these tunes on the album anymore. So I kind of I reworked everything from zero with a new sound. So I think that was one of the highlights, I mean, from that period of time. And just to name another few ones that just came in my mind right now, and it's very important, playing at the biggest drum and bass festivals on earth, and also playing music around the world and meeting a lot of cool and beautiful people made me proud and gave me a lot of confidence to go on, and to go on with what I'm doing right now. These things, this drum and bass thing, this music thing makes me super happy that I can't express it in words.
In words, you know?
It's a different way of feeling everything, anything that you can experience while playing to, 1,000, 2,000 people, and they are singing and they are dancing on your tunes. That's,
wow. A feeling like no other.
Yeah, man, that's true.
Yeah. That's amazing, and thank you for the insight. And it's interesting to see that you submitted an album's worth of music, and then a few days later you were like, no, I'm not happy with that, and that's that's testament to, you know, making the best that you can. And that's it's also a big thing to submit something and not have a label say to you that they don't want it, but you to turn around and say, actually no, I want to take this back and I want to rework it, and then then we can have a conversation. I think it's quite makes quite a statement, and fair play for doing that. Okay, so I've got a couple of funny questions, which aren't serious, but they will kind of wrap this up nicely. So the first one is, name your 5 top groceries that you cannot live without.
Okay. Cheese.
Everyone says cheese.
Really?
Everybody says cheese. Everybody. Well, it's hilarious. Everybody says cheese.
I'll go with mushrooms, tomatoes, potatoes, and pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza, right? Yeah. I know that's not a grocery. Maybe frozen pizza. Let's say frozen pizza.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. And what hobbies do you have that are not related to music?
Oh, I love cooking a lot. Okay. In the pandemic period, I think I've cooked like almost every day, something new, something that could let me experience a lot the cooking sessions that we were having at night.
Nice.
And cooking is one of the first hobbies that come to my mind after music. And traveling.
Okay. Yeah. No, of course. And one last one. Is there a film or book that you would recommend for a particular reason?
Well, I recently read The Fever from Serge Brussolo.
Okay.
You know.
Nope.
And it's about an animal that lives in the space. You know? And there are some people living on it. On the animal, and they are trying to survive on it, and they are trying to I don't know, make fire, dig holes, and of course the animal is getting sicker and sicker. You know,
it's like Planet Earth.
Exactly. It's like we are staying here on Earth, and maybe we're staying on an animal, and we are digging holes for oil, for example, or I don't know, damaging everything that's nature, cutting trees and things like that. So I think this book I would recommend in this period of time, with the lockdowns, pandemic situation, and viruses and things like that. That affects everything that's around us.
Yeah.
And I like a lot Ryu Murakami, the writer. And, I think I've read almost everything he has ever written. Sometimes I can say I find myself in some of his stories. Also Chuck Palahniuk, if you know, the guy who wrote Fight Club.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, but the one and the series I would recommend Chernobyl.
Okay, yeah, I've not seen it myself.
Oh man, you have to see it. Really, I even remember somehow the stress and the panic that my parents went through that time when the accident happened. I was 3 years old, but in 86. I'm born in 83, so I was three years old that time. And I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
Before the kindergarten somehow, and even the teacher from there were like very scared, because everyone we as a country are very close to Ukraine.
Yeah.
and everyone was scared.
Yeah, I can't even begin to imagine how scary that must be.
Sorry, it was Russia, not Ukraine. Or it was Ukraine.
Yes, Ukraine.
Yeah, it was
Chernobyl's
Ukraine.
like just on the edge there. I mean, yeah, that must be. I can't even imagine, you know, what that must be like. I mean, a few world disasters. If you think about sort of like volcanoes and things like that,
Yeah.
it's tantamount to the same type of disaster. You know, it's a world-changing event. You know, so.
Indeed.
I can't even imagine what it would be to be sat there, you know, especially if, you know, in your parents' minds, knowing that this is going on just there, they've got kids and what's going to happen and radiation. I mean, yeah, I definitely will give it a go and watch it.
Please do. But after 6 years, after 86, oh no, after 3 years, after 86,
yeah,
we started a revolution. So the Chernobyl thing didn't affect us as much as the revolution did, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Even in the school garden, in the kindergarten, sorry.
Yeah.
We were trained, if someone drops a bomb near the kindergarten, we should go under the desks, you know.
Wow.
Like the teacher was doing, when I'm clapping, everyone pay attention please, when I'm clapping, you kids have to go under the desks, okay? And she was like, poof, and everyone was on the floor, under the desks,
Wow.
you know? So that was even crazier than a cloud full of toxic and not so chemical reactive things, you know. So yeah, it's been rough, but I liked it.
Well, I mean, I guess you probably channel. I mean, do you channel some of that into your music? Do those experiences find their way into? Yeah. So you know, everything can be used, I guess. And it's not so easy, but you take a situation and you kind of flip it positive somehow, no matter how bad it is, I guess. But then again, I've never dealt with anything like that, so I'm completely unaware.
I hope you won't.
Yeah, well, thank you. Me too.
I mean,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, please.
No, I wasn't going to ask anything. Carry on.
I wanted to say that even though I kind of became mature, maybe faster than other kids at my age, or at our ages, you know, from that time.
Yeah,
it's not something that I'm happy that I lived.
Yeah.
At that time, at that moment, but I'm really happy I was sure on my things. I mean, I was getting evolved, and I was learning a lot of stuff in the period of time when the music evolved.
Yeah.
You know, like the Prodigy in '97, or the Prodigy from '96, or everything that comes around that. For me and for other people like me at my age, that was a really, really cool moment to live.
Can imagine, yeah.
You know? I mean, the music was in my opinion, the '90s and the '80s were like the best time to live and to learn and to steal information and to learn music and to listen to everything and how that everything is evolving, even in technology, IT, fashion.
Yeah.
So music was like, boom, the best thing that was for me that time.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you look at the '80s and '90s, there was so much change. It was like a constant evolution of things. Just know, new bands, new waves of music, new waves of culture, new waves of fashion, as you just said. And then we fast forward to today, and there are trends, but they're not so oppositely polarized. It's kind of so it's kind of molding, and there's lots of things
reinventing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Freqax, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for giving us an insight and some stuff that I certainly never knew about you, and I'm sure the fans at home certainly didn't know about you, and it gives us a better insight into you as an artist. So thank you so much for today. Wishing you the best, and good luck with your new releases.
Thank you very much. I hope we'll meet again soon.
We will do, mate. Backstage at a festival, no doubt.
Looking forward to that.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care, man. Cheers.